Hey, everybody, welcome back to Right Side Pride Podcast, your favorite panic in here. Wanted to do another take on someone else's opinion on the True Social post that Trump had the other day. Of course, he was with Bret Baier. JD Vance did an interview with Bret Baier and was talking about that, just kind of touched on it. Want to listen to what he had to say, and then I'll give my opinion on it.
Welcome back to Special Report. Joining us again, the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance. Pope Leo has expressed problems with the war in Iran, says that we should be peacemakers, been very vocal. The president took to True Social saying...
I find this funny here as he talks about Pope Leo. Trump, of course, gives his opinion on it and basically was taking credit for Pope Leo becoming the Pope because of him.
Saying Leo should be thankful because, as everyone knows, he was a shocking surprise. He wasn't on any list to be Pope. Was only put there because the church, because he was an American, they thought he would be good, best way to deal with President Donald J. Trump. If I wasn't in the White House...
If he wasn't in the White House, Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican. The man just, he has to have the... kudos for everything. Like everything was because of Trump, because of Trump, because of Trump. And there's just another example right here. You know, if Trump wasn't in the White House, Pope Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican. Like just typical narcissistic behavior.
White House, Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican. Just wondering, as a Catholic, how you consider this Truth Social post, and then the post of the picture, which a lot of people took as the president posting a...
Again, biggest question is how in this does he even remotely look like a doctor?
A picture of himself as Jesus. He later said that he posted it as thinking as a doctor saving people.
I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support.
I don't see a Red Cross worker.
Only the fake news could come up with that one.
But it really caused a kerfuffle, Mr. Vice President. I'm just wondering,
it's a great word, kerfuffle,
what you make of all of this, and whether it's what you think of this back and forth with the church.
Well, first of all, Brett, I think the president was posting a joke, and of course he took it down because he recognized that a lot of people weren't understanding his humor in that case. I think the president of the United States likes to mix it up on social media, and I actually think that's one of the good things about this president is that he's not filtered. He doesn't send everything through a communications professional. He actually reaches out directly to the people. You know, when it comes to the disagreements with the Vatican, look, we're going to have disagreements, Brett, from time to time. I think it's a good thing, actually, that the Pope is advocating for the things that he cares about. But we're always going to have disagreements on matters of public policy, or I should say, sometimes we're going to have disagreements on matters of public policy. The Pope has been critical of our immigration policy, but ultimately the immigration policy of the United States is set by Donald Trump. The Pope is going to have disagreements on other issues. We can respect the Pope. We certainly have a good relationship with the Vatican, but we're also going to disagree on substantive questions from time to time. I think that's a totally reasonable thing and isn't particularly newsworthy.
So I agree. You know, the Pope certainly does need to stay in his lane and focus more so on the Catholic Church and whatnot, and let, you know, the policies of the United States dictate themselves. I don't have an issue with Trump's policies, and I've been kind of dragged through the mud on social media, Facebook in particular, by folks who now tell me that I would be griping and complaining if Trump cured cancer. That I would be saying that cancer cells matter, and I've been called a liberal and a panican, and told that I don't know shit and things like that. But the thing is, I don't have a problem with the policies for the most part. They are what I voted for. What I didn't vote for is an unhinged man in the White House, portraying himself as Jesus, mocking, Muslims by saying praise be to Allah. I mean, which is it? Is he praising Allah, or is he Jesus healing people? The man is confused. He's as I've said it before, unhinged. And I got called a liberal because I said Trump was unhinged. The people who follow him just without, just sheep, I guess, call them sheep, because that's what they refer to Democrats as, or liberals as, are sheep. And they say they will blindly follow, anything that the liberal media says, or anything that any liberal on the left says, they'll blindly follow them. And that's exactly what's happening with those on the far right now. I don't consider myself on the far right. I'm definitely not on the left. I am in the middle. And unfortunately, both sides have gone so far in their respective directions that they've left a very, very few of us kind of in the middle, like, where the hell did both sides go? Like, you went extreme this way, you went extreme this way. And there are a few of us in the middle who question both sides. We get called a Nazi if we question the left. We get called a panican if we question the far right. We're damned if we do, damned if we don't. My biggest wish and hope, I guess, would just be that maybe at some point we can come back towards the middle and have some sort of normalcy. I'm hoping anyway. That's all I have for right now. I'll be back in a few with some more on some other topics. We'll talk to y'all later.